questions for Coach.
Coach, what does it mean to kind of have a guy of Chuck's, resume in your staff?
It's this is a pretty special day for Auburn basketball and the Auburn family. I'm honored to have a person of Chuck's caliber join me in this challenge to coach this team. As he said, he's coming home. There's no place else in college basketball that he would have settled. He's got experience beyond his years. He's got a resume that would support him being a head coach at the highest level in this game. And when Auburn made the decision to hire me as the head coach, he didn't blink an eye. This is where he wanted to be. And when I think about my job, my responsibility is to coach these guys up. And so therefore, I've got to surround them with incredible coaches who can help them get better. And the fact that Chuck is from Alabama in high school as well as college was significant to me, because you've got to make a statement with who you hire, the way you're going to go to work, and the fact that he played high school basketball in the state of Alabama, stayed home, got to the NBA, and has been such a great role model. I don't know that I could have made a stronger statement. So this is a very special day for Auburn basketball.
What did you learn about him, having a chance to, I guess, talk with him numerous times before you actually heard it?
I think, like Chuck said, there just seemed to be a number of philosophical fits that took place, from the way he liked to guard the ball, the way he liked to defend the post, where he wanted to put it, how he wanted to keep the ball on the side of the floor. The terminology was similar. We just enjoyed exchanging ideas. I brought him in here to make me better, and he'll do that. I think the loyalty and the trust, and I'm going to sell Chuck Person, and he's going to sell Bruce Pearl, and together we're going to sell Auburn basketball. And I just think it gives me a level of confidence when I put my head down on the pillow at night that we can do this, because he's decided to join us.
What kind of hope for him as far as the recruiting aspect of what he can bring, as far as maybe just inside the state here in Alabama?
Well, I'm not sure how many players will know him, but the mamas and daddies, they'll definitely know him. Hopefully more the daddies. But he can go anywhere in the country and recruit. He can certainly help us regionally because he lived it. And so many of the high school coaches are coaches that watched him grow and know who he is, and he knows many of them personally. So yes, there'll be some regional flavor to what he does recruiting, but I think Chuck can go into any home with any prospect in the country. And he's right, because we do hope to recruit some guys that want to play in the NBA and want to play professionally. One of the things that he and I have talked about is it's almost as important that we develop a way for guys to get overseas as much as we talk about the NBA all you want. It's hard to get there. But one of the things that I've been able to do throughout my career at Southern Indiana, Wisconsin, Milwaukee, and Tennessee is get good players good jobs overseas and help them get started making a living for their families. That takes different kind of agents and connections, and we have those as a staff. And we're going to utilize Chuck's resources in that regard.
You guys good?
Coach, you talk about the addition of Todd Golden to your staff?
We're going to talk about Todd at another time.
Okay, gotcha.
Coach, you obviously spent this weekend, in Dallas. What did you kind of get out of it? How do you feel kind of coming back from that?
Well, knowing that I had Tony and Chuck in place, I spent the weekend interviewing maybe a dozen candidates to try to complement what I think those two coaches bring. And what it has basically boiled down to is we either bring in a well-known recruiter, a basketball coach that I am excited about working with from a standpoint some systems that are out there that really are new and fresh and working extremely well. Or preferably somebody who could do both. And I just really, really pleased with the pool of candidates that we had. And you guys know I'm not gonna promise too much too soon. I'm just not going to. We're gonna talk about the way we play and how we're gonna train. And I'm confident that the players will improve. And I told Malcolm Canada today, I want them to look at, now who is number 21? Well, that guy wasn't on the roster last year. Can you do that, Malcolm? I think he can. I hope he can. Can I promise you that? I'm gonna try to come as close as I possibly can. If we can get the last right piece on this staff, I think I can look at my coaching staff and say, not talking about me, but looking at them saying, I wouldn't trade him for anybody else in the league. I think we're getting close to that point. I'd like to get there.
What do you